Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless. This is the quiz where all the questions have been asked to 100 people before the show. All our contestants have to do is come up with the answers those 100 people couldn't think of. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Hi, I'm Christina from Huddersfield, and this is my mother, Janie, from Liverpool.
Couple number two.
I'm Emily, I'm from Newcastle, and this is my boyfriend Alex from York.
Couple number three.
Hi, I'm Kate, this is my friend Patrick, and we're from Tunbridge in Kent.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, I'm Kat, I'm from Manchester, and this is my dad, Kevin, he's from Chorley.
And these are today's contestants. Thank you very much, all of you. A very warm welcome to Pointless. Lovely to have you with us today. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce. A man so intimidating, he's not scared of spiders. Spiders are scared of him. It's my Pointless friend, it's Richard.
Hiya. Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. I'd imagine spiders are scared of almost all humans.
I bet they are.
Are they not?
I bet they are. Yes.
Now,
Yeah.
two returning pairs from our last show, Christina and Janie, welcome back, got through to round two. And on podium three there, Patrick and Kate got through to the head-to-head as well.
They were good.
They were a golden couple. Yeah, they were very, very good.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes people come here at the right time and some people come at the wrong time. Like, sometimes the right category was come up. I was just saying to Kat and Kevin that we had Manchester Boroughs on last time, and I said the best answer was Thameside, and that's where Kat's from. Oh, imagine if you'd come a show sooner.
Wasted.
Imagine that.
I know.
You'd have been carried shoulder high out of the studio by hordes of fans.
Yeah. Oh, well. By the way, Rick and Jill got through to the final. They failed to win the jackpot, though. So we're adding another £1,000 to it. So today's jackpot starts off at £2,000. There we are. If everyone's ready, why don't we play Pointless? As ever, it will be the pair with the highest score that gets eliminated at the end of each round, so just keep your scores as low as you can, and you'll be fine. Best of luck to all four pairs. Our first category this afternoon is mythology. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and our question concerns Roman equivalents of Greek gods. Richard.
Yeah, we are going to show you the names of 7 Greek gods on each board. We're going to tell you what they're the god or goddess of as well. You need to tell us their Roman equivalent, please. You'll see the first letter of the answer. That's the good news. 7 on the first board, 7 on the second, 14 in all to have a go at home.
OK, thank you very much. Let's reveal our first board of Greek gods, and here they are. Artemis, goddess of the hunt. D. Persephone, goddess of the underworld. P. Aphrodite, goddess of love. V. Demeter, goddess of agriculture. C. Poseidon, god of the sea. N. Hestia, goddess of the hearth. V. And Hermes, messenger of the gods. M. I'll read those all again. Artemis, goddess of the hunt. D. Persephone, goddess of the underworld. P. Aphrodite, goddess of love. V. Demeter, goddess of agriculture. C. Poseidon, god of the sea. N. Hestia, goddess of the hearth. V. And Hermes, messenger of the gods. M. Janie, welcome back.
Thank you.
Lovely to have you with us once again. Remind us all about yourself, Janie.
So I work at Liverpool John Moores University. I help students if things go wrong and try and navigate a path through that for them. So.
Very good indeed. Now, once upon a time, you were from Scotland, I'm guessing.
Yes, that's right.
I'm hearing that. It's very clever how I can hear that.
It's really good.
Yes.
Yeah, you've really got me.
Yes, I've got a real knack for that. When did you leave Scotland and where were you from?
I was brought up in Dundee,
Yeah.
and then I left in the late 70s when I got married to an Englishman and moved to wonderful England.
I moved to wonderful England.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh. Now, Janie, are you liking our gods here? We're looking for the
I'm
Roman
willing
versions.
to give it a go.
I think that seems fair.
Yeah. So I'm going to try goddess of the hearth and say Vesta.
Vesta, says Jane. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Vesta. Vesta is right. Janie, I think you've done very well there. Let's see, 13. Very well done. Vesta.
Yeah, that's where Swan Vesta, the name Swan Vesta comes from. The matches, of course.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, Alex, welcome to Pointless. Good to have you here. Tell us all about yourself.
I'm a student. We're both students at the University of Nottingham, and I'm just about to embark on a master's degree in law.
Very good indeed. And what are your interests, Alex?
I do a lot of artwork in my spare time. I do a lot of pencil portraiture as well, actually, and the odd caricature here and there.
Very good indeed. Now, Alex, what are you going to go for on our board?
I think the god of the sea might be Neptune. I think it might be obvious,
Neptune.
but
Okay.
I'll go with that.
You're going to go for Neptune, the equivalent of Poseidon. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Neptune. Neptune's right. 13 is the only score we have so far. Now we have 63.
Yeah, Neptune, who's named after the planet.
Nice.
Yeah.
Seriously?
No, just made that up.
No. I just believe anything. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Kate, welcome back. Remind us all about yourself, Kate.
I'm retired. My husband and I have got a trike and we go abroad. I play bridge, I sew. Also been involved in amateur dramatics all my life, and I met my husband through it. We don't do a lot on stage now, but we help out at the bar, which is much more fun.
Oh,
Brilliant.
good for you. That sounds wonderful.
Brilliant.
OK, Kate, who are you going to go for?
Well, I'm going to try and remember my first year of Greek mythology. And I think Demeter, I think it's Ceres, C-E-R-E-S.
Ceres or Ceres.
Ceres.
OK, let's see how many of our 100 people went for Ceres. Very well done indeed. Down it goes to 8. Good work, Kate. Well remembered.
Well played, Kate. That's, of course, where we get cereal from.
Thank you very much indeed. Kat, welcome. Good to have you here. Kat, tell us all about yourself.
I'm a team leader on a help desk that supports school library software.
Excellent. What are your interests, Kat?
We do Amdram as well. So I'm in an Amdram society, and we like to go to Comic-Cons as well. We like to go dressing up and meeting famous people.
See, that's fun. Is it just all sorts of comics, lots of different characters, or is it?
It's branched into TV and film and stuff like that. So I've met a few doctors from Doctor Who and Supermen.
Wonderful. Now, Kat, this board's all yours. Do you feel like taking us through it and filling in all the blanks?
Oh, I wish I could. I know Aphrodite is Venus. Not too sure on the top two. So I'm going to have to go for the bottom one, which is Mercury.
Mercury, says Kat. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people went for Mercury. It's absolutely right. 63 is the high score, 8 is the low. You end up on 35. Not bad at all.
How are you with the rest of this board?
I could do a few of them, I think, yeah.
Okay, so Artemis
Is Diana.
Diana would have scored you 32 points. Do you know the next one down? It's the best answer if you do.
No. I keep thinking Persephone, but there it is.
No,
it's
there's
there. Yeah,
Persephone.
it's already there.
Proserpina.
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 There you go.
Would have scored you 6 points. Aphrodite?
Is Venus.
Venus, yeah. And that would have scored 72.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, we are halfway through our first round. Let's have a quick look at those scores. Well done, Kate. Look at that. 8. Fantastic low score there. Well done, Janie. 13 is where we find Janie and Christina. 35 for Kat and Kevin. Not bad. 63 for Alex and Emily. Emily, you're a little bit ahead. That's the big news. But listen, we've got a whole new board. Anything could happen on that next board. Let's hope there's something on there that you know that can redress the balance. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, let's put 7 more Greek gods and goddesses up on the board, and here they are. Ares, god of war, M. Nike, goddess of victory, V. Eros, god of love, C. Athena, goddess of war and wisdom, M. Zeus, king of the gods, J. Hades, god of the underworld, P. And Dionysus, god of wine, B. I'll read those all again. Ares, god of war, M. Nike, goddess of victory, V. Eros, god of love, C. Athena, goddess of war and wisdom, M. Zeus, king of the gods, J. Hades, god of the underworld, P. And Dionysus, god of wine, B. There we are. Kevin, welcome. Good to have you here. Tell us all about yourself, Kevin.
I work for the NHS. I help mental health patients recover and get back their lives. So
Very good indeed, Kevin. And what do you like getting up to when you're not doing that?
my big pleasure is family history research.
How's that going?
Well, I've done it for 30 years, so
Yeah.
I've done a lot of my family, and now I do it informally for other families, lots of family trees and
That's
researching.
fascinating.
But so far, I don't think there's an Armstrong in my family.
Keep looking, Kevin. We'll be there somewhere. Kevin, you're on 35. If you,
Right.
even at this early stage, if you could score 27 or less, you're into the next round.
OK, I'm going for the god of wine, Bacchus.
Bacchus, says Kevin, here is your red line. Let's see if you can get below that red line with Bacchus, or even close to it. Bacchus is absolutely right. Looking very good. Well done, 31. I think you've done enough. 66 is your total.
Yeah, Dionysus was the god of vegetation and wine and theatre and ecstasy.
That's a night out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. There you go. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now then, Patrick. Patrick, welcome back. Remind us all about yourself, Patrick.
I'm retired. I work for the British Council promoting
Very good.
international cultural relations.
That's a nice job, isn't it?
That really is a great job, the British
pretty good.
Council. And you must have met so many wonderful people coming through and bringing
Yep.
shows, etc.
No, there was some great meets, people with wonderful
Yeah.
stories to tell.
Lovely.
One of my favourites was Bianca Jagger, who told stories about her experience in the war in Honduras, and it was
Wow.
just fascinating to listen to.
Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, that's proper soft power, isn't it? That?
Yeah,
Now, there we are. Patrick, you are on 8. If you can score 57 or less, you're into the next round.
I think I'm going to go for Eros and say Cupid.
Cupid for Eros. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Cupid. Here is your red line. Cupid's right, and it gets you through. Very well done indeed. 50, taking your total up to 58.
Well played, Patrick. Yeah, Cupid is one of the few gods with a surname. Cupid's surname is Sarrow.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Emily, welcome.
Hello.
Tell us all about yourself, Emily.
Well, I'm a student at Nottingham as well. I'm studying politics, philosophy and economics.
I see. And what year are you in?
I'm heading into my final year, so it's getting real.
Yeah, it is, yes, getting real. Lovely to be in Nottingham, lovely
Yes,
place
I
to
love
be.
it.
What sort of things have you been getting up to in your spare time, assuming you get any spare time?
Well, the way that I met Alex was through debating, competitive debating, so I've been very
that's very
involved
good.
in the debating union.
Good stuff. Now, Emily, you are on 63.
Yes,
Essentially, we're looking at a score of 2 or less from you.
yes.
So what are the Roman equivalents of these Greek gods?
Well, I think that our housemate who does classics is going to be very disappointed in us.
Ah.
But the goddess of wisdom was on my school crest because I went to an all-girls school. And I
Yes.
think it might be Minerva.
Minerva, says Emily. Minerva. Here is your red line. Yes, that's quite low.
It's quite I may as well take a risk.
Yeah, I think you might as well. Minerva. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Minerva. It's right. It's a good answer. Down that goes to 12. Very well done indeed, Emily. That takes your total up to 75.
Very well played there, Emily, giving yourself a chance. Yeah, Minerva was the goddess of war and handicrafts. Talk about someone with a hobby.
Yeah. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, Christina.
Hi.
Christina, welcome back. Good to
Thank
have
you.
you with us once again. Remind us all about yourself.
I'm a web developer. I work in Stockport but live in Huddersfield. We've not... recently we've just got a puppy.
What kind of puppy have you got?
He's a boxer. It's called Dave.
Called Dave?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
So he's
good.
very excitable a lot of the time, loves
Yeah.
his long walks. It's quite nice that we live in the country so we can go out in the fields and stuff with him.
Very nice indeed. Now, you were beautifully set up by Janie in the first pass. 13 is
I
your score at the
was.
moment, so 61 or less gets you into round 2. Do you feel like talking us through that board?
I'm thinking God of War potentially could be Mars. And I'm not sure about the Underworld one, but I think I'm going to go with the King of Gods, Jupiter.
OK, Jupiter
Yeah.
for the King of Gods, the equivalent of Zeus. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Jupiter. There is your red line. Jupiter is right. And it gets you through. Very well done. Down it goes to 43. 56 is your total, but you are into round 2.
Well played, Christina. If you had gone for Mars, you'd have been right, but you'd have been knocked out because Mars would have scored you 65 points. The goddess of victory, it's simpler than it looks.
Oh, it's going to be Victoria. Victoria.
It is Victoria.
Victoria.
Victoria. Yeah, that would have scored 7. And the god of the underworld?
Pluto.
This is Pluto, yeah. Pluto would have scored 17, so the best answer on the board is Victoria. Although when you look at it in the cold light of day, it sort of seems obvious, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there you go.
There you go. Thank you very much indeed. OK, we are at the end of our first round, which means we have to say goodbye to one of our pairs. Emily and Alex, I'm afraid, for now, you are that pair. In fact, for posterity, you are that pair. But the point is you'll be back next time. That's really what I'm getting at. And I'm sure you'll do better then. But it's been lovely having you on the show, albeit briefly, Emily and Alex.
Thank you.
But for the remaining 3 pairs, it is now time for round 2. Well done, everybody. We made it through the classical mythology round with flying colours in some cases. Kate, our lowest scorer. I think this has happened before. You've been our lowest individual scorer before in a previous game. And Christina and Janie, our lowest combined scorers. So very, very well done. Everybody has covered themselves in glory. Good luck for round 2. Our category for round 2 this afternoon is World Geography. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns pictures of countries. Richard.
Yeah, it's a fun one, this. On each pass, we're going to show you 9 pictures up here. Each of those pictures is going to be made up of 2 images, and between them, they form a pun. And that pun will be the name of a country. So little visual puns that will lead you to the names of countries. 9 on the first pass, then 9 more on the second pass. As always, by country, we mean a sovereign state that's a member of the UN in its own right.
This is just fun. OK, here is our first board of 9 visual puns. Little clues to the identities of countries, names of countries. OK, Christina, what are you going to go for?
So I'm going to go with the bottom left-hand corner.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say Singapore.
You're going to say Singapore.
Yes.
OK, Singapore. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Singapore. Singapore is right. Danny goes to 47. Very well done indeed. Christina gets us off to a flying start.
That's very well done. I'm such an idiot. I thought that was a mic, like microphone. I was trying to work out how on earth it could be Micronesia. But Singapore is a much, much better answer. Yeah, 47.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, Patrick, what are you going to go for here?
I'm challenged. There's one quite obvious one, and there's another one that I'm trying to work out, and I think there's only one thing it could be. So middle top, I think, is Czechia.
OK, you're going to go for Czechia. Czechia. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Czechia. Czechia is right. Well, 47's our only score, and you pass it. Czechia is a good score, 23. Well done.
Czech Republic.
Yes, Czech there, and a Kia, which is a New Zealand bird, which is the first non-human to have infectious laughter, the Kia bird, supposedly.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Richard. OK, Kat. Oh, Kat, if you fancied it, this is your board. You could just go through all of them. Go through all of them.
There's a couple. So, like, the top right is Argentina, then South Africa. Can't get the middle one. I've got a guess for the bottom one, but I can't quite work it out. So I'm going to go with Bhutan for the middle right.
OK, you're going to go for Bhutan. Bhutan for middle right. OK, let's see how many of our 100 people went for Bhutan. Bhutan is right. 47's the high score, 23 is the low. You pass both of them. Down you go to 13. Very well done indeed. Kat, very strong.
Yeah, very nicely done. You went for a good one, in fact. We'll take a look at all the different answers. Now, the top left...
Moldova.
Yeah, Mole Flanders and the White Cliffs of Dover. Moldova would have scored 4 points. You're quite right about Argentina. I think because Tina might be the only one that ends in Tina and everyone recognised her, but it is Arge from The Only Way is Essex. And Argentina would have scored you 45. South Africa, you're quite right about. Would have scored 63. Now, do you know the next one?
Jordan.
Jordan. Absolutely right. A jaw, and Dan Aykroyd would have scored you 20. Now, this next one, I was thinking it was a dumbbell or a bell.
Yeah. It's a
Not.
weight, isn't it?
It's a weight.
Why Q? What's the Q? Q weight, it must be.
Yeah, Q Stark and a weight.
Oh, it's Q.
Q weight.
Q weight. Oh, I see.
There you
I
go.
didn't
That would have
recognise
scored 19 points. And the best answer on the board is this one.
There's Chris Marshall and some islands.
Yes,
Marshall Islands.
Marshall Islands. Absolutely right. And Marshall Islands would have scored you 2. Best answer on the board. Very well done if you said that at home.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Well, we are halfway through the round. Let's have a look at those scores. 13 Cat, very strong indeed. Cat and Kevin looking very strong as we go into the second part of this round. 23 is where we find Patrick and Kate. 47 is where we find Christina and Janie. So, Janie, you've got a little bit of time to come up with a really devilish low score from this next board of puns. I hope you enjoy it and I hope you find one. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, we're going to put 9 more pictures with pairs of visual clues on the board, and here they are. All of these are visual clues to countries. Now then, Kevin, there you are on 13. You want to score 33 or less to remain out of danger.
I'm struggling. The only one I can go with is Haiti.
OK, Haiti.
That's the bottom.
Yep,
Yeah.
I've got it. Yep, Haiti. There's your red line. Let's see where we end up with Haiti. Haiti's absolutely right. Not bad at all. 51. Takes your total up to 64.
Thanks for putting me out of my misery as well, Kevin, because I was thinking Bale tea. I got the T. I said, is it Balti? It's not Balti. That's not a country. Yeah, Haiti. Well done. 51.
Thank you very much. And now then, Kate. Kate. Your target is 40 or
I
less.
hate puns. I hate these things. I'm going to have a gamble. The middle row, last one, Micronesia.
Micronesia. OK, here is your red line. Let's see if it's right. How many of our 100 people said Micronesia?
Sorry, Patrick.
I can see how you got there, Kate. Nothing wrong with your reasoning. I'm afraid, though, it's incorrect. Scores you 100 points, takes your total up to 123.
It's a pretty good wrong answer. Sort
Yeah.
of, I guess a microbe and some knees, and if there was an ear on the end as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is better than my Micronesia for the first board. I'll say that.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Now, Janie. Janie, if you fancied it, you could take us through the whole board.
So I wondered if the bottom left was Sudan, but that's just a guess. And I wondered if the other one that has just been answered incorrectly was Germany. But seeing as I just need to get through, I'm going to go for top middle and just say Canada.
OK, you're going to go for Canada. There's your red line, nice and high. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Canada. Canada's right. Yes. Very well done. Sees you through comfortably. 45, taking your total up to 92.
Well played. Now, there are 3 pointless answers on that board out of the 9, which is an awful lot, I would say. We will leave the pointless answers to the end. The top left, you know the top left?
It's Sam Smith.
That's Sam Smith. And that animal is a moa.
Oh, Samoa.
So it's Samoa.
OK, good.
Would have scored you 4 points. Just underneath that, these are some islands.
It's not a 9. It's an inverted. It's a
comma.
Comma. So,
Yeah.
of course, it's a comma. It's a comma.
Comoros.
Comoros.
Yeah, the Comoros
Comoros.
Islands. Yeah.
I see. Gotcha. Yeah,
Comoros.
Comoros.
That would have scored you 10. You're quite. That is Germany. Germany. Very well done. 14 points for that. You are absolutely right about the one below. That is Sue Johnston and Dan Castellaneta. That would have been Sudan. 5 points for that. Well done. Now, we've got 3 pointless answers here. Now, these two, you need to know who these two gentlemen are. One of them is the musician Yo-Yo Ma, and the other one is the actor Jet Li. And so that is Marley. Yeah, that's a pointless answer.
God, this one.
The next one, you need to know your pronunciations of countries.
This is Kiribati.
Kiribati, yeah. Kiri to Kanawa and a bass. Kiribati, spelt Kiribati, but Kiribati is how you pronounce it. That's nothing at all. And this one, you need to know your very, very cool singers and your drinks. because those drinks are grenadines. That is St. Vincent, the brilliant singer, and it's St. Vincent and the grenadines, and it's a pointless answer. That's got to go down as the hardest board in pointless history there. 3 pointless answers, a 4 and a 5. Good, though.
Yeah. There we are. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. And at the end of our second round, we have to say goodbye to another pair. I'm so sorry, Kate, you didn't like that round.
I didn't like
sorry.
that round at all.
No, and it was a tough
And I got
board.
Sudan, so
I
should have said
you
the obvious
should
one.
have said
Sorry.
Sudan.
Sorry,
I'm
Patrick.
so sorry.
Never
It's been
mind.
lovely having you
It's
on
been
the show,
lovely.
though. You've been
Thank you.
absolutely brilliant across both shows. But thank you so much for playing, Patrick and Kate. But for the remaining 2 pairs, it is now time for the head-to-head. Congratulations, Kat and Kevin, Christina and Janie. You are now one step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £2,000. But crucially, this is the head-to-head. So from here on in, it's all about conferring with your teammate. And in this round, the first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot. Well, very, very best of luck to both pairs. Let's play the head-to-head. Here is your first question, and it concerns jewels. Richard.
5 descriptions now of different jewels, but what are those jewels?
Let's reveal our jewel descriptions, and here they come. We have got, at her 2018 wedding, Princess Eugenie wore a tiara borrowed from the Queen with this green stone at its centre. Blue-violet variety of the mineral zoisite, named after the country in which it was discovered. For the 50th anniversary of The Wizard of Oz, the jewellers Harry Winston made a pair of slippers set with 4,600 of these gems, found in the Ural Mountains in the 1830s. This variety of chrysoberyl was named after an heir to the Russian throne, and this iridescent stone is a variety of silica and famously mined in Coober Pedy, Australia. There we are. OK, now, Kat and Kevin, you're our low scorers, so you get to go first.
Well, we're not sure on any of them, really. But Dad thinks he's got one of them.
Found in the Ural Mountains in the 1830s. Alexandronite?
Alexandronite. Alexandronite. I thought tomorrow night was Alexandronite. Anyway, there we go. Christina and Janie, do you fancy talking us through the rest of those
Well, again,
jewels?
we're not certain. We wondered if the top one would be emerald and the Wizard of Oz, ruby. We had a different answer for the Ural Mountains, but
What should we go with?
let's go ruby.
Okay, yeah.
We'll go
Okay.
ruby for the Wizard of Oz, please.
OK, ruby for the Wizard of Oz shoes. Now, Kat and Kevin have gone for Alexandronite for the gem found in the Ural Mountains. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Alexandronite. Sorry, Kat and Kevin, not Alexandronite. Christina and Janie, meanwhile, have gone for ruby for the Wizard of Oz shoes. Let's see if that's right. Just has to be right for you to win the question, but let's see if it is. You've won the question. Very well done. Rubies is right. 69 is what it scores. And it means, Christina and Janie, after one question, you're up 1-0.
You were very close, Kat and Kevin. It's just Alexandrite, I'm afraid. Alexandrite. So you had the right one, but just the wrong name. Alexandra Knight is Xander's drag name. Now, the wording quite right was emerald. It actually scores more than rubies. That would have scored you 75. The next one down, the blue-violet variety. It's found in this country. You can still only find it in this country,
Yeah,
actually.
I know. Tanzanite.
Tanzanite, yep. Would have scored you 14. Found in Tanzania, of course. And the iridescent stone down there at the bottom, opal.
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 Nice, nice.
And some people knew it, so it scored 27 points. I've not heard of it, but...
There we are. Thank you
you
very
go.
much indeed. Here comes your second question. Kat and Kevin, we need you to win this one, stay in the game, so best of luck. Our second question today is all about famous vans. Richard.
Yeah, we've gone through the classified ads in Auto Trader and picked... we haven't at all. We're going to show you 5 pictures now whose surnames begin with Van, but who are these people, please?
Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal our 5 vans, and here they come. We have got A. B. C. D. And E. There we are. 5 famous vans. Christina and Janie, you get to go first this time.
We only know 2, so we'll have to guess which is the lowest point. So we're going to go for E, and it's Van Diesel.
OK, Van Diesel. Say Christina and Janie. Van Diesel. Now, Kat and Kevin, it's over to you. Do you want to talk us through the rest of those vans?
I thought the bottom one was Jean-Claude Van Damme. I could be wrong. But we'll go for B, Denise Van Outen.
Denise Van Outen. So we have Van Diesel and we have Denise Van Outen. Christina and Janie went for Van Diesel. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people went for Van Diesel. No. I'm afraid not. I love Van Diesel. It's Diesel Van.
What's funny is Dad said the same thing.
I said the same thing. And I thought, obviously, I'm right. Yeah, got it.
It's an easy mistake to make. There we go. Not Van Diesel. The boot's on the other foot. Kat and Kevin, you merely have to be correct with Denise Van Outen for B. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Denise Van Outen. Well, crucially, it's right. Well done. It's just what you needed. Down it goes to 60. But you're back in the game. After 2 questions, it's 1 apiece.
Yeah, I did wonder, Kat, when you were saying, well, I thought it was Jean-Claude Van Damme, but I don't know. I didn't realise your dad was also saying to you, yeah, it's Van Diesel. Van Diesel.
I made me doubt myself.
It's Vin Diesel, and Vin is his first name, not his... so there you go. Apart from that, would have been a terrific answer, everybody. Yeah. Well done. Yeah, Jean-Claude Van Damme there. He's a big scorer, though. Would have scored you 57 points. Now, let's fill in the rest of this board. A, do you know
is Lee Van Cleef.
Lee Van Cleef, yeah, would have scored you 17 points from Good, the Bad, the Ugly, all sorts of things like that. D, let's go to D first. If you know your Game of Thrones, you'll know her. That is Carice Van Houten, and she would have scored you 7 points. Now, this is classic pointless knowledge. He's often a name that comes up in a particular type of round.
He's a US president, isn't he?
He's a US president.
What's he called? There's a Van... Martin Van Buren.
Martin Van Buren.
Martin Van Buren. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Pointless answer. Very well done if you said Martin Van Buren at home.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, here comes your third question. This is the decider. Whoever wins this one goes through to the final and plays for that jackpot. Best of luck to both pairs. Our third question today is all about words that come from... Oh, don't... From...
Nahuatl.
Nahuatl.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to show you 5 English words now, definitions of 5 English words that we get from Nahuatl, that's from the Aztec and Toltec empires. We'll give you alternate letters of the answers as well, but what are these 5 words?
Thank you very much. OK, so what are these words? All from Nahuatl. A food made from roasted and ground cacao seeds, typically eaten as confectionery, C-O-O-A-E. A salamander that retains its aquatic larval form throughout life, A-O-O-L. A bird of the trogon family with iridescent green plumage and typically red underpants, Q-E-Z-L. A wild dog that resembles the wolf, native to North America, C-Y-T. And a small hot-tasting pot of a variety of capsicum used in sauces and spice powders, C-I-L.
Did you say underpants?
Oh, underpants, it's underparts. I thought it said underpants. I thought that was a weird thing. And typically red underpants, yes, it would be. Typical. Yes, very typical. You don't really see them with any other colour. Oh, dear, that's hilarious. I'll just read that one again. A bird of the trogon family with iridescent green plumage and typically red underparts. Q-E-Z-L. OK, Kat and Kevin, you go first.
Yeah, OK. I think we're going to go for a wild dog that resembles a wolf, native to North America, coyote.
Coyote. Coyote, say Kat and Kevin. Now then, Christina and Janie, do you fancy talking us through that board and filling in the blanks?
So the small pod of variety of spices is chili. The food made from seeds, chocolate, and we had coyotes on our answers also. So, yeah, we'll go with chocolate, please.
OK, you're going to go with chocolate. So we have coyote and we have chocolate. Kat and Kevin said coyote. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said that for the wolf-like creature. 77 for Coyote. Meanwhile, Christina and Janie have gone for chocolate for the food made from roasted and ground cacao seeds. Let's see how many of our 100 people said chocolate. It's right, and it wins you the point. Look at that, down he goes to 62. Very well done indeed. Christina and Janie, after 3 questions, you're through to the final 2-1.
Yeah, to the Aztecs, chocolate was more valuable than gold. That's where Terry's got the idea from, I think. 3 obvious answers there and 2 tricky ones. So we've got the 2 of them, and Chile, of course, is the bottom one. 63 points, and now to the tougher ones. Do you know either of these? Do you know the salamander? No. We've had pictures of it on before. And it's an axolotl. Axolotl. Would have scored you 12 points. Now, this is one of the great, if you ever get this at Scrabble, one of the all-time great words. It's a Quetzal, Q and a Z in there, and that would have scored 9 points. Very well done if you said that at home.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round, it's Kat and Kevin. You know, it's sad, obviously, they're not going through to the final this time round, but it's great news. It means we'll see you again next time. And who knows, maybe you can take it through to the final then. But meantime, thank you very much for playing. Kat and Kevin. But for Christina and Janie, it is now time for our pointless final. Congratulations, Christina and Janie. You've seen off all the competition and you have won our coveted pointless trophy.
Yay!
You now have a chance to win our pointless jackpot, and at the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £2,000. Well, I think that would be a nice end to the show, wouldn't it, to win the jackpot, take that back with you?
Definitely.
What do you want to see come up?
I'd probably say maybe music or film.
And I'm trying to learn Spanish, so Spanish words or language of that
Be
type.
nice.
Yeah.
OK, well, let's find out. As always, you get 4 things to choose from. Let's see what today's selection looks like. We have got you people in the UK singles chart, 1950s British film comedies, the London Marathon, and the Bronte sisters.
No, nothing about the London Marathon or
No.
the Bronte sisters. I'd have a stab at the film comedies, but I think strongest together with
the music.
the people in the
Yeah.
UK singles.
Definitely.
OK, people in the UK singles charts.
OK, we're looking for any artist who's had a UK top 40 single with any of the following words in its title. So any artist who's had a hit with the word boys in the title, any artist who's had a hit with the word girls in the title, or any artist who's had a hit with the word people in the title, please. Very best of luck.
Thanks very much. Now, as always, you've got up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win the jackpot is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Are you ready?
Yes.
OK, let's put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
Right, so people, we've got Ed Sheeran. He just did that Beautiful People.
All right,
that was
okay.
a recent one,
Yeah.
so that'll be in there. Girls.
I want to guess that somebody like the Beatles is bound to have done a song with boys or girls, but that's a punt, so let's save that.
So I'm thinking Little Mix.
Oh, yeah.
They had a song.
Who else? Boys. Elvis?
Is there something called Summer Boys? Is there a Summer Boys song? Is there a Here Come the Boy, Here Come the Girls?
Oh, yeah, Here Come... But that's... Yeah, who sang that then? Here Come the Girls.
We go with, like, Diana Ross. Is she...
Yeah, well, I mean...
We only
we're
need
just
one
gonna,
right, don't we?
We only need one right,
so.
and we just need to think of something and
10 seconds left.
Right, 10 seconds left. So what we're going to go with Ed Sheeran. Let's go
Ross.
Diana Ross and Little Mix. Little Mix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
OK,
Okay,
sounds like you've
perfect.
arrived at your answers, and that's your minute just finishing there. So let's have your 3 answers, please.
OK, so we've got Little Mix.
Little Mix
With girls in the title.
for girls,
Yeah. Diana Ross, we'll say with boys in the title.
Diana Ross,
And Ed Sheeran for people in the title,
and
please.
Ed Sheeran for people. OK, of those 3, which is your best shot at a pointless answer, do you think?
Ed Sheeran.
OK, Ed Sheeran goes last.
'cause you know it's
Least likely to be pointless?
Diana Ross.
Diana Ross. OK, well, let's put those answers up on the board in that order then, and here they are. We have got Diana Ross, Little Mix, Ed Sheeran. Well, 3 perfectly good answers on the board as from where I'm standing. Who knows if any of them are right? Who knows how much any of them will score? But if one of them turns out to be pointless and wins you that jackpot, you'll leave here with 2,000 quid. What would you like to do with it, Christina?
Well, I get married next month, actually. So I'd kind of like to put maybe a bit behind the bar, so people have got a bit of a free drink. And then, obviously, the other half would go to my mum, so whatever she would want to spend on, I guess.
Janie?
Well, I feel morally obliged to say I would help Christina with the wedding.
I'll get you a free drink, don't worry.
Thank you.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yes.
OK, well, it's very, very best of luck. 3 answers on the board there.
Thank you.
Wouldn't it be lovely if one of these answers wins you that jackpot for your wedding and other things as well? Diana Ross was your first answer, the one you thought was probably least likely to be pointless. In this case, we were looking for artists who had the word boys in a UK hit single. If Diana Ross is pointless, 2,000 quid will be yours. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Diana Ross. No. Not a correct answer, so let's move on to your next answer, Little Mix. And in this case, we're looking for singles with the word girls in the title. If Little Mix is pointless, you leave here with £2,000. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Little Mix. No bad luck. 2 incorrect answers. Everything is now riding on the shoulders of Ed Sheeran. In this case, we're looking for singles with the word people in. If Ed Sheeran is pointless, you leave here with that £2,000 jackpot. Very, very best of luck. Let's put it to the test. How many of our 100 people said Ed Sheeran? Is it right? Is it pointless? It is right. Your first answer was Diana Ross, which was incorrect. Your second answer was Little Mix, which was incorrect. We now go down with Ed Sheeran into single figures. Still going down with Ed Sheeran, down into 3. Oh, bad luck. That's a great answer, though. Fabulous low score. Unfortunately, though, you didn't manage to find that all-important pointless answer, so I'm afraid you don't win today's jackpot, but you each get to take home a wonderful, highly coveted pointless trophy. So very, very well done for that, Christina and Jane.
Yeah, very well played throughout. Let's take a look, shall we, at the pointless answers. We will start with boys. Pixie Lot, boys and girls. Prince and the Revolution, girls and boys. Sham 69, Hersham boys, the ordinary boys. Boys will be boys. Easy for me to say. Blondie was a pointless answer. Flo Rida, Gary Newman. Happy Monday's a pointless answer. Milburn, Send in the Boys. Stormzy, The Specials. All of those are pointless answers. Duran Duran and Thin Lizzy were the biggest scorers there. Now, girls in the title. Andy Williams, Music to Watch Girls By was a pointless answer. Britney Spears, Nicki Minaj was a pointless answer. You had 2 songs with girls in the title. The Four Seasons, Big Girls Don't Cry. You could have had Adam and the Ants, you could have had Cardi B, Maroon 5, Maximo Parky, 17, West End Girls. You could have had Sugar Babes, you could have had Will I Am as well. All of those are pointless answers. And on to people now. People Get Ready, Bob Marley and the Wailers. Cliff Richard's Some People. Star People by George Michael. Morrissey's had 2 songs with people in the title. Goldie Looking Chain, a pointless answer. Prodigy as well, pointless answer. Voodoo People. St Etienne, People Get Real as a pointless answer as well. And the Shaman, Forever People. Very well done if you've got any of those at home.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard, and thank you, Christina and Janie. I'm sorry you didn't win our jackpot today. That'll therefore roll over onto the next show when we will be playing for £3,000. Join us then to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.